И всем привет, ребята! На связи Миша, и вы на канале Мерлина. И сегодня мы продолжаем играть в игру Hogwarts Legacy. Продолжаем. Мы остались на том моменте, где нам надо встретиться на Цай-Онай. Или как там ее? Идем на карту мира. Нижний Хогсфилд. Книжечка. Сказал, книга. Ничего. Ладно, может телепортнуться можно. Посмотрим. Нижний Хогсфилд. А вот здесь вот Нижний Хогсфилд именно. Вот. Получается, нам надо бежать сюда. Туда, получается, нам надо бежать. Где сундук? Где? Так, понятно, его тут нету. Так, бежим сюда. Не смогу помочь. Не помогу, мне надо на задание бежать. Извини, но не помогу. Обожаю это заклинание. Быстрее бежим! Ёпарасоте, сколько там еще бежать? Вот, знакомое место. Мы в прошлой серии отсюда, по-моему, книгу искали здесь. Так, ладно, нам надо сюда. Оп, тихо. Тут никого нету. Тихо. Очень полезно заклинание. Акцо. Ой, сюда уже бегу. Надо вот сюда. Тихо. Я слепила. Я не знаю, что такое Хогсфилд. Туда нам надо. Окей. Побежали. Да что за заковырчатые пути? О, дорожку хотя бы сделали. Да мне еще 500 метров бежать. Ё-моё. По прямой. Ну, по прямой, не прямой. Сколько там еще осталось бежать-то? Ё-моё. Стоп, Так. Все, мы тут все собрали. Теперь можно бежать. Вперед, Михалендус. 3000. Вперед. Главное, что не свалиться случайно. Хотя, в принципе, можно сократить путь немного. А, нет. Удлинить только. Да, нет, сократить в принципе. Кто идет по путям обычно в играх, точно не я. Так. Теперь нам нужно залезать еще. Уж бы по дороге пошел. Хотя ладно, уже залез. Ничего себе меня тэпнуло. Сократили путь немного. Через речку. Так. Вперед! Уже домики видно. Но через лес. Сокращаем путь. Я хочу быстрее добраться просто. Вперед! 50 метров осталось. И... Опачки. Поговорить.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
They want something that Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
What on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
What does that mean?
I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it. And I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your guard.
Мы для этого разговора пробежали 500 метров.
What's going on here?
Отлично. Ну, хоть... Не идем в обход, идем через речку.
They must have come this way. Think!
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student! You can't be...
Enough out of you.
Leave her alone.
Stand aside!
I hope you have your affairs in order.
Lumos.
Уйдите. Ой. Сюда иди, сюда побежал-то. На тебе.
watch the light go out of your eyes. Do you really think you can fix them?
Ставлю не то заклинание. Ставлю на боевые заклинания, это не для раз. Так. Где заклинание менять? О, все, иди сюда. Сюда уж. Как я только что заметил, мы уже не сделали бой за отведенное время. Ну, ладно. Иди сюда. Стой. Ну, иди сюда, давай. Подойди. Есть живой. Все. Это что было? Он встал на месте. Адиос, пацаны. С незнакомкой поговорить. Окей.
You're right.
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specializing in Merlin's work and life.
Merlin? Of the legend of King Arthur?
The very same. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the center. That started me thinking, what if...
The mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the center of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honors? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Так, хорошо. Смотрим сундук.
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
У нас книжка нету.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features.
Так, и как ее положить? Только поджечь максимум могу. Используем сладкую мальву.
Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory.
Что делать?
I'm curious.
Incendiary.
Vines.
Не понимаю. Вот.
The
Все
flames
дошло,
make the pyre
зажигать
sink.
их надо. И последний. Заново.
Curious. The pyres are back where they started.
Так, все. Раз,
Incendio.
два.
Clearly, all
Так.
3 of these pyres are meant to be lit.
Так, берем зажигаем, да? И бежим сюда. Да.
Dear, how beautiful! What a day! I can hardly believe it.
Incendio. I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you. And do be careful out here. Now, I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
Ну хорошо.
Incendio.
Тут метка сундука. Вот он. Иди сюда, мой хороший.
I never thought Ramrock's loyalists would go this far.
А здесь где он? Он где-то...
Revelio.
Да, вон в доме он, получается, находится. Мешочек. Здравствуйте.
Hello, sir. What do you sell here?
Hello, I'm Jalal Semi, and this is my potion shop. I can answer any questions you have about the town.
What do you have for sale?
What can I help you with today?
Так. Продать. Нападение 0 и вниз.
I'll have
Продаем
no trouble selling that.
все.
Thank you. I hope to see you again sometime.
Фу, хорошо, что я успел отменить, потому что я такая... Хорошо, что я успел отменить, там просто очень мало времени.
I never thought Ramrock's
Миллисекунда.
loyalists would go this far.
Так. Куда нам надо? Мы вообще идем в Хогвартс. По травологии. Я лучше туда телепортируюсь. Трансгрессирую, так сказать. Это я могу припарковаться здесь. Ой, нет. Перемещаемся сюда. Ждем, пока мы появимся здесь. То есть немного до кабинета травологии как раз. И поджигаем дверь. Пустите Михаленда на травологию. Зря вы мне дали инцендио. Инцендио. Отлично. Оли, тут же пламя, хорошо. Начинаем задание.
Good morning, Professor Garlic.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here, you'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Oh, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Фух. Успокоились.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables.
Пропустите.
I wonder if
Пока говорить ручки, а вот так вот. Это я у вас, пожалуйста, вижу.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany. Let us find you some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or
Dittany's restorative properties make it a
Маленький
vital
стенд для
ingredient
посадки.
in the
Взаимодействуем.
potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's
Бальян.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Be a dear and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Хорошо. Будем беречь пальцы.
Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander.
Да мне вообще по барабану, что ты мне хочешь там сказать. Я лучше в другую теплицу быстрее добегу.
Your duel with Sebastian. And he's good.
Может быть, Себастьян меня проводил до сюда.
Here we are.
Ну, ты где? Ну, иди тогда. Идем? Ну ладно, тогда сам дорогу найду. Китайская. Раскрадем всю китайскую капусту. Так. Кусь-кусь-кусь. Ой, что манекен сломали.
But they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Капуста взорвалась. Спасаемся, капуста взрывается. Так, бежим отсюда. Нет. Как спуститься? А, вот лестница.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always
Где
wear
учитель?
our dragon hide gloves, I shall end up.
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why?
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
Revelio.
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Ну, понятно, это все.
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
Ну что, да, куда нам надо-то дальше по заданиям? Сейчас капусту бросим. Пацаны, ловите капусту. Ага, капуста. Равно капу... Это что такое? Так. Ребята, вы были на канале Михаила. Если вам понравилась эта серия, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал. И всем пока-пока!